Yo, yo, yo. Good morning, folkers. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. Tyrus Bain here. Welcome to the Definition of Anarchy channel, where today, on Monday, May 17, 2021, I'm going to get into this grilling of Anthony Fraudsti that Rand Paul put on. I mean, he dug in his ass. Now, we know it's all part of the stage play, right? The Kabuki Theater stage play. But I mean, it was something else, man. It was something else. They have obviously done a lot of digging into this whole situation. You know, Rand Paul's team or whoever compiled that information. What's up, Big Mike TV? So I'm going to actually play the audio from the initial grilling of Anthony Fraudsti. So we're gonna get into that. We're gonna, kind of break it down a little bit, expose the lies, this, that, and the third. All right, so let me see what's going on here.
Started in a lab in Wuhan or evolved naturally, but we should want to know 3 million people have died from this pandemic, and that should cause us to explore all possibilities. Instead, government authorities, self-interested in continuing gain-of-function research, say there's nothing to see here. Gain-of-function research, as you know, is juicing up naturally occurring animal viruses to infect humans. To arrive at the truth, the U.S. government should admit Wuhan.
Now, my question is, why are we trying to juice up viruses to infect humans? Why is that even a form of research that we're doing? Why are we doing that? What's the purpose? What kind of sick shit is that? That a function of government scientists is to find out how to infect human beings with viruses that typically infect animals. Why are we doing that shit? Why are we juicing up viruses in the first place? Why would, even if, okay, you got a foreign enemy that you want to fight in a war, you want to take the advantage, you want to have the advantage, what kind of sick individual would use a biological weapon such as a virus to essentially torture people to death, right? Because that's what you're doing, right? And it's not just going to be troops. You're not just talking about the troops of that foreign enemy. You're talking about the civilians, the parents, the school teachers, the doctors, the kids, the children. Like, what kind of sick shit is this? You can't, listen, a virus is not a sniper rifle, okay? Hell, it's not even a freaking shotgun, right? It's a nuke, essentially, and you're dropping it and you're using it on civilians, and using it on all kind of people. What kind of sick shit is that to begin with? What the hell?
Was experimenting to enhance the coronavirus's ability to infect humans. Juicing up super viruses is not new. Scientists in the U.S. have long known how to mutate animal viruses to infect humans. For years, Dr. Ralph Barrick, a virologist in the U.S., has been collaborating with Dr. Shi Zhengli of the Wuhan Virology Institute, sharing his discoveries about how to create super viruses. This gain-of-function research has been funded by the NIH. The collaboration between the U.S. and the Wuhan Virology Institute continues. Doctors Barrick and Shi work together to insert bat virus spike protein into the backbone of the deadly SARS virus, and then use this man-made supervirus to infect human airway cells. Think about that for a moment.
Yeah, let's think about that. Why would you do that? Why would you deliberately mutate a virus to infect human airways cells? Why would you do that? Why would you even want to be in a building that contains a lab that does that, knowing that human air can cause that shit to get out? Why? And it's not, I mean, like he said, it's been done for decades. It's been done for years. I want to direct you guys to a book. It's called Plum Island. It's by Nelson DeMille. Okay, it's called Plum Island by Nelson DeMille. Now, it's a fiction novel, right? But the author had done a lot of research into the information he got to write that book, okay? It's Plum Island is basically an island off of Long Island, New York, where they do all kind of research into, communicable diseases and all that other kind of shit. You know, and it's very interesting information that you get there. And that book was like written in the 90s. But anyway, I think that's Black Spring with Autumn. How you doing? So we're going to continue on with this with this verbal beatdown that Anthony Fauci gets. All right, I mean, it's absolutely insane.
A 15% mortality. We're fighting a pandemic that has about a 1% mortality. Can you imagine?
Not even that.
If a SARS virus that's been juiced up and had viral proteins added to it, to the spike protein, if that were released accidentally. Dr. Fauci, do you still support funding of the NIH funding of the lab in Wuhan?
Senator Paul, with all due respect, you are entirely and completely incorrect.
Lie number one from Anthony Fauci. Lie number one. He is 100% incorrect, right? Bullshit. You'll see.
NIH has not ever and does not now fund gain of function research in the Wuhan Institute.
Do they fund Dr. Barrick?
We do not fund.
You fund Dr. Barrick's gain of function research?
Dr. Barrett does not do gain of function research.
Why?
If it is, it's according to the guidelines.
You hear that? There's the rub. Dr. Barrett does not do gain of function research. If he does, either he does or he doesn't. It's not, well, he doesn't do that type of research. But if he does, either he does or he doesn't. This dude, like, the bullshit is just flowing out of his ears.
Conducted in North Carolina.
2 miles. You don't think inserting a bat virus spike protein that he got from the Wuhan Institute into the SARS virus is gain of function?
That is
you would
not
be in the minority, because at least 200 scientists have signed a statement from the Cambridge Working Group saying that it is gain of function.
Well,
200 scientists. Now, I want you to listen. Please pay attention to this, because Anthony Fauci is on, like, he has the same type of mentality as somebody like Mighty Mouse, right? They can't get their lies straight, but their lies are their truths. So when it comes out of their mouth, they don't even know that they're being caught in a lie, right? People like him, Mighty Mouse, let's see, Hassan Campbell, these type of people, there's basically sociopaths or psychopaths. They don't even care that they're getting caught in their lies. They're going to hold on to the lie until their dying breath, because they don't know how to not manipulate people. These people are nuts, man. Like, this is who we have in charge of beating this whole Modelo 19 situation. This is who's in charge, right? This is the dude that told us, don't wear a mask. You know, you might block a droplet or two, and then you got the schmutz and all this other shit, right? Now he's telling you to wear 2 or 3 masks. The dude is, and then he's like, fuck what the CDC says. You still need to wear a mask if you're hokey pokey. Like, this dude is just, the level of hubris is insurmountable, y'all.
If you look at the grant and you look at the progress reports, it is not gain of function, despite the fact that people tweet that.
So do you still support sending money to the Wuhan Virology Institute?
We do not send money now to Wuhan Virology.
You support sending money. We did.
Hear him? He said we do not send money now to Wuhan Virus Research Institute. He said we do not send money now. Okay? All right, pay attention to what Rand Paul does, though.
We were sending it through EcoHealth. It was a sub-agency and a sub-grant. Do you support the money from NIH that was going to the Wuhan Institute?
Let me explain to you why that was done. The SARS-CoV-1 originated in bats in China. It would have been irresponsible of us if we did not investigate the bat viruses and the serology to see who might have been
or
infected.
perhaps it would be
in China.
irresponsible to send it to the Chinese government that we may not be able to trust with this knowledge and with this incredibly dangerous.
Okay, you hear what he just said? It would be irresponsible of us to not investigate this bat virus, serology of the bat virus, to see who's been infected. It's a bat virus. It's a virus that infects bats. Why would you be concerned about a virus that infects bats infecting a human being unless you know that they have been manipulating this virus to infect human beings? So why is there a need for that? Why is there a need to do that? Why is there a concern? There are all kinds of viruses all over the country that infect animals. And they will only infect animals. And like, it's so rare that, I mean, it's extremely rare for an animal virus to infect a human being. That crossover does not really happen. And the crossovers that do happen as of recently, in the recent years or decades, have proliferated since we've been fucking with viruses, since we've been manipulating, modifying, doing all this research into viruses. That's when these viruses started infecting human beings, when we started fucking with the viruses, right? For the most part. I believe that mad cow disease naturally crossed over. I'm not sure. There's certain viruses like Ebola, swine fever, these type of things. You know what I'm saying? It might happen, but it's very extremely rare, right? And even then, they were doing the research. They have been doing research in the viruses for decades, right? And so, right? So, and like in diseases that actually do cross over, right? Right? Like the plague, bubonic plague with the rats, that was a bacterial infection. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about viruses are endemic to the body, right? From according to some doctors, some scientists, viruses are not like bacteria where they're floating around in the sky and in the air, and then they can get on your skin and get in a cut and all that shit. They are within you, right? They're not even living things. They're like machines that your body uses to do certain things. So, and it's not even, you can't even cross over from one individual to another, because it's like matched with your DNA, right? It's matched with your DNA. So if you put somebody else's virus into somebody else, it might cause problems. But it doesn't naturally happen that way, according to a novel, fiction novel that was written in some scientists, right? In a fiction novel, not in real life. So, you know, why would we be concerned and want to investigate a bat virus unless we know that we fucked up, we've manipulated this virus and now can infect humans, and so somehow the shit got out and started infecting people? Boom, boom, boom. Explain that to us.
Government scientists like yourself who favor gain-of-function research.
I don't favor gain-of-function research in China. You are saying things that are not correct.
Government defenders of gain-of-function, such as yourself.
And I love how Rand Paul kind of like, whatever, motherfucker, and just keeps it going. Anthony Fauci over there getting all hot on the collar, hot and bothered. What you're saying is incorrect. This guy.
COVID-19 mutations were random and not designed by man. But interestingly, the technique that Dr. Barrick developed forces mutations by serial passage through cell culture that the mutations appear to be natural. In fact, Dr. Barrick named the technique the no-see-em technique because the mutations appear naturally. Nicholas Baker of the New York Magazine said nobody would know if the virus had been fabricated in a laboratory or grown in nature.
You hear that? No one would ever know if a virus had been grown in a laboratory or existed in nature. Not exactly, he didn't say it exactly like that. No one would know if a virus was natural or created in a laboratory. This has been, like he said, for years, right? Gain of function research into viruses to see if these super viruses could infect human beings in the same way they infect the animals. You can't tell if it was created in the lab or existed in nature, or if it was natural. The no-see-em technique, man, woo, hit him with them hot shits.
U.S., including yourself, unequivocally deny that COVID-19 could have escaped a lab. But even Dr. Shi in Wuhan wasn't so sure. According to Nicholas Baker, Dr. Shi wondered, could this new virus have come from her own laboratory? She checked her records frantically and found no matches. That really took a load off my mind, she said. I had not slept for days.
Why? Why would she be so concerned about that? Why would she be like, oh shit, did that shit come from my lab?
The gain of function research in Wuhan couldn't sleep because she was terrified that it might be in her lab. Dr. Barrick, an advocate of gain of function research, admits the main problem that the Institute of Virology has is the outbreak occurred in close proximity. What are the odds? Barrick responded, couldn't you rule out a laboratory escape? The answer in this case is probably not. Will you, in front of this group, categorically say that the COVID-19 could not have occurred through serial passage in a laboratory?
I do not have any accounting of what the Chinese may have done, and I'm fully in favor of any further investigation of what went on in China. However, I will repeat again, the NIH and NIAID categorically has not funded gain of function research to be conducted in the Wuhan.
See, he think he's slick. He said that the NIH and NIAID did not fund gain of function research. But did you fund the Wuhan laboratories in general, period? Have you funded the Wuhan laboratories knowing they were doing gain of function research? That is the real question. You can fund anything you want and be like, you know what? I don't know what they're doing with my money. I'm not expressly funding that particular type of research, but I'm still going to fund you. And if you happen to use that money for gain of function research, I ain't got nothing to do with that. See, that's called throwing a rock and hiding your hands. That's what that's doing.
On the right.
You're throwing your rock and then hiding your hands. Because you fear, Anthony Fraudsti, that you might be ultimately found partly responsible, right, for that outbreak occurring. You just might be held somewhat culpable for all the death and destruction that was caused by the Modelo 19, if that's what is going on. And the more I think about it, the more I see the things that are going on surrounding this whole Modelo 19 situation. I'm more inclined to believe that than to believe that it's all made up and like Modelo 19 doesn't actually exist and there's something else going on, right? Like maybe maybe they just started classifying flu cases as Modelo 19 cases, or heart attacks. Oh, let's give them Modelo 19. Maybe it's just a number of things. Maybe it's just a culmination of all that, right? Maybe they felt like Modelo 19 in a fiction novel. Okay, I'm I'm using you guys as a soundboard for a plot in a novel I'm writing. Maybe they thought that it was going to be a lot more deadly than it actually turned out to be. Maybe that gain of function research, maybe this was just a test. Maybe they didn't really expect it to be so deadly. Maybe they were like, I want to see how, maybe they were saying, you know what, in this initial phase, let's see how far it can spread, how fast it can spread to people. Because I'm going to tell you something about super deadly viruses or diseases, not viruses, super deadly diseases, right, that spread, that are communicable. The really deadly ones, they spread so fast and kill so quickly that they don't end up becoming epidemics. Because let's say you have a village, African village, and people start getting infected with Ebola. A number of people might die in that village from Ebola, and by the time the last person dies, it stopped, right? It doesn't move. It can't move far enough because it kills too quickly. It's too efficient of a killer. So they have to kind of like tweak these diseases to not be so deadly that it can't spread far enough. So they have to make it not as deadly. They have to like create it. They have to do it to where it's to a more targeted, group of population, like the elderly, who would more easily succumb to a disease like that, or people with diabetes or heart disease or asthma, these different things. So maybe that is one that you can't make it too deadly. You can't make it too deadly, because if you make it too deadly, if you give it too high of a death rate, it's not going to spread far enough, fast enough. And by weakening the virus to the point where it's not so deadly, it's just that. It's not so deadly. It's going to end up like, well, what Modelo 19 is, with an over 99% survival rate. So there you have it, right? There you have it. I mean, that's just me spitballing.
You support it in the U.S. We have 11 labs doing it, and you have allowed it here. We have a committee to do it, but the committee has granted every exemption.
So he just said that there are 11 labs in the United States that do gain of function research. How is it that this is being allowed to be done? How are we allowing this? How are we saying, okay, you know what? My government, they want to see if they can make viruses infect humans and efficiently. Viruses that don't naturally infect humans. Let's see if we can make them infect humans. Why would we do that? Why are we allowing that to happen? What kind of sick shit is that? And this is the thing. The NIH didn't send money to Wuhan. We did. The extortion payers, right? What they call the taxpayers. We really extortion payers. We extortion payers, right? Us extortion victims, right? Because we're being extorted by the powers that be via the enforcers that they call police and the IRS and whatnot. Our money is going into this research. Tell me, why am I paying you clown shoes to create viruses that infect humans? Why are we doing that? Help me understand that shit.
You're fooling with Mother Nature here. You're allowing super virus.
Sorry, guys, man. Stupid ass phone call came in. So let me continue to play this.
According to Nicholas Baker, she wondered, could this new virus have come from her own laboratory? She checked her records frantically and found no, probably not. Will you, in front of this group, categorically say that the COVID-19 could not have occurred through serial passage in a laboratory?
I do not have any accounting in the...
You're fooling with Mother Nature here. You're allowing super viruses to be created with a 15% mortality. It's very dangerous. I think it was a huge mistake to share this with China, and it's a huge mistake to allow this to continue in the United States. And we should be very careful to investigate where this virus came from.
I fully agree that you should investigate where the virus came from. But again, we have not funded gain-of-function research on this virus in the Wuhan Institute of Virology, no matter how many times.
You see him? Yo, this dude think he's slick. Let me tell y'all, man. Did y'all just catch that bullshit ass lie? That bullshit ass, manipulation. We did not fund this research on this virus. He's talking about the Modelo 19 in Wuhan. First, it was, no, we didn't fund any goddamn thing in China. We didn't fund nothing. We didn't fund the research. We didn't fund Wuhan Research Lab. Oh no. Well, we didn't fund gain of function research. You see what I'm saying? First it was that. First it was, oh no, we didn't fund any research in China. No, we didn't fund any gain of research in China. Gain of function research in China. No, we didn't fund any gain of function research in that virus in China. These liars, man. They change their stories so quickly. They don't know how to keep up with it. You see, these sociopaths don't lie well, right? They don't lie well. They just have a way of talking to where it's like mesmerizing to idiots, and these idiots believe them. Like it's absolutely insane.
There was research done with Dr. Shi and Dr. Barrick. They have collaborated on gain-of-function research where they enhanced the SARS virus to infect human airway cells, and they did it by merging a new spike protein on it. That is gain-of-function. That was joint research between the Wuhan Institute and Dr. Barrick. You can't deny it.
Senator Paul,
hot shit.
Time has expired. Dr. Fauci, I will let you respond to that when we need to move on.
Excuse me?
I will allow you to
Excuse
respond
me?
to that, and then we'll move on.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to say, I don't know how many times I can say it, Madam Chair. We did not fund gain-of-function research to be conducted in the Wuhan Institute of Virology.
Thank you. Senator Smith.
Fucking liar, man. Why should we believe him?
It's according to the guidelines, and it is being...
He is a liar. Here we have this man, can't even keep his lies straight. Can't even keep it, despite all the evidence presented to him, right?
Left turn ahead, and then
all the evidence being presented to him by Senator Rand Paul. Good job, by the way, Rand Paul, staying on your square and getting at this clown, right? Dr. Barrett and Z, whatever her name is, in China, working together to put a spike protein on the SARS-CoV-2 to attach to human airways. Obviously, I mean, you have to be so bold. Like, what is Rand Paul making this up? To be so bold to make something as intricate as that up? You know, I don't know if Rand Paul is a lawyer. Most of these motherfuckers are lawyers. And what lawyers always say, right? What do they always say about asking questions in court or in a Senate committee hearing? Never ask a question you don't already know the answer to, right? Never ask a question to which you don't already know the answer. And something tells me that Rand Paul knew the answers to the questions.
Left, and then straight.
Rand Paul knew the questions, or knew the answer to the question that he asked. He probably knew how Anthony Fauci was going to answer. See, Anthony Fauci has been around for a long time. He was the head of the NIH for a long time and other organizations. What's his name? Knew of him. The dude the doctor that invented the PCR test. What's his name? He knew about him. He didn't have any kind words to say about Anthony Fauci, right? Not many kind words at all.
Right turn ahead.
Was like, I don't know why they have I don't understand how Anthony Fauci got in the position he's in. What's his name? Fuck. If you guys know his name in the comment section. The guy who invented the PCR test and allegedly, supposedly said, I haven't been able to confirm this assertion, that the PCR test was not designed to
Right turn ahead.
fuck, man.
And then right turn.
Was not designed to diagnose diseases or whatever. That's alleged. That's supposedly what he said. I haven't been able to confirm that. I haven't seen anything that directly where that said he said that.
Right turn ahead.
You
and
motherfucker,
then
man.
right
Can I get
turn.
over, bitch? Stupid ass cunt. Let a motherfucker over. Anyway, so pardon my language. It was actually a dude. He was acting like a cunt because he knew he could have let me over. Anyway, so
Next right.
I mean, this is what we're dealing with, people. These people think we're idiots. Now this whole thing, we know it was a kabuki theater. We know what's up.
In a quarter of a mile, your
But-
destination is ahead.
You know what this does, even with grilling Anthony Fauci, nothing's going to happen to Anthony Fauci. Nothing bad is going to happen to him, right? He's going to still be the shining media darling.
Your destination is ahead.
He's still going to be the shining media darling. He can do no wrong. The media loves him. It is what it is. But of course, they have to lend credence to the
You
existence
have arrived at your
of the Modelo
destination.
19,
The route guidance
right?
is now finished.
So that they can continue to keep people in fear of it, right? Especially if they say, "Oh, they're in laboratories making viruses deadlier," right? Oh, we have this virus in here. You know, they're putting spike proteins on it so that it can attach to human airways, this, that, and the third. Just that fear has to continue to be instilled in us, right? They have to continue to drive that fear into the human to the population, so that we're much easier to control. So now, with the knowledge that we have 11 laboratories in the United States that we know of where they do gain of function research, man, that just puts it in our mind like, shit, 11 laboratories in this country? Man, God knows what they're doing. God knows what they're doing in these laboratories with these goddamn viruses, man. Like, you know, now we got viruses around every corner, and we got to look over our shoulder and see if there's a virus floating around. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, we better get these hokey pokey passports. We better do this. We better do that. We better bow down to you know, the medical experts and, you know, like Anthony Fauci. We have to continue to live in fear. We have to continue to social distance. We have to continue to you know, wear face flags and this, that, and the third. Of course, that's how they have to keep it, right? That's how they have to ensure that they have us where they want us. In order to have us where they want us, we have to be in fear. We have to be in fear, and we have to look to them to keep us safe. We have to depend on them, because there might be 400 million firearms in this country, right? Among the people. But none of them bullets can kill a virus, right? So we're helpless. What can we do? What can we do without our lovely government officials and our lovely medical doctors? How can we ever survive in a world where there's so many viruses floating around? You know, how can we make this happen? You know, like, think about it, man. It's pure genius. It's pure genius. These people, man, they think of everything. I don't know if I can fit here. Oh, I made it. Anyway. Well, guys, I'm here at the doctor's office, about to look into looking to get me some snip snip. You know what I mean? Looking into getting my boys cut into. You know, I'm shutting down the factory, y'all. I'm shutting down the factory. I've made my decision. I'm shutting down the factory. I got 6 kids. Shutting down this factory, and you know, it's time for you guys to do your part and continue in the population. I've done my part. I've contributed 6 beautiful human beings into this world. It's y'all turn. You know what I'm saying? So today I will be meeting with a urologist to get my vasectomy consult. You know what I mean? Ha! And then I can shoot the club up all I want, y'all. I can shoot the club up all I want. Ain't got to worry about nothing. All right. Let's see what y'all talking about. All right.